Hello.
Evening.
Good evening.
Let me know if you can hear Irish music in the background. I have a jam session going on behind me, and I'll let them know that I might have to move to another room.
Could you turn it up a little, please?
Yeah. I almost had to join the historical commission meeting the other night from the athletic club during the Irish music session because my wife wanted to go hear the music. I was like, okay, I might have to leave early. Sorry.
Arlene, here is your reminder. Bring the sign in.
Alexa, stop.
Hello, Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
How's everything?
Alan,
It's all gone to hell. Who knows?
Yeah, right. I'm with you.
no, it's going to be a beautiful day on Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. So
That's true.
What's that mean?
no, that's when the bike repair.
Oh, I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. Thank you for
No,
doing that.
that's a
Thank
good.
you so
Yes.
much.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, looks like we got a good crew. So it's good.
Thanks.
Hey, Henry.
Hey, Henry.
Henry,
All right. It is 7:01. We have a quorum. Hopefully Rita will be able to join us. I know she had another thing before this though, and I thought Beth was going to be here, but we do have a quorum. So I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this meeting of the CPC to order at 7:01 p.m. This meeting is being recorded, and all members are participating remotely. The first item on our agenda for this evening is the review and vote on the minutes of March 20th, 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved.
second.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. Reed,
Aye.
Leo,
Abstain. I was not here.
Hanson,
I wasn't here either, but
Geddes,
Unbelievable. Well,
you were not there. Wilson,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye.
All right, the minutes are approved. Thank you, Elaine.
Bengalo?
Oh, and Gallo, aye, right. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is to review and vote on the amended grant application from the Historical Commission I sent along. I can explain a bit about this. I know Henry can also answer some questions about it. This really came about because of a point that Elaine actually raised during the CPC discussion about this grant application. Elaine astutely pointed out that the description of the roof of the guide board that was planned by the Williamstown Art Conservation Center didn't sound like the kind of flat roof that we were anticipating. And so Henry very diligently pursued the Williamstown folks to finally give us some explanation of what this thing would actually look like and to provide drawings. And so
and costs.
and costs, yeah, that's the other piece. So this is the roof as they were planning to do it. This was the cheapest option. And for those of you that are familiar with the history of the guide board, this roof never existed in the history of the guide board, at least as far as we know. The earliest photos from 1911 show that it has a flat, kind of a flat cap roof. So this thing is a complete sort of invention. It has the advantage of being cheap, and it has the advantage of shedding water really well, but it is not historically accurate. And so Henry brought this to the Historical Commission, and well, I'm going to share another one here. This is, if you looked at the photographs in the application of the two earliest photographs of the object, this is kind of what we were thinking it was going to look like. There are complications with this, however. So this is the oldest roof configuration. It is more expensive. I think, Henry, this was the most expensive one, right?
It's borders. It's over $9,000.
Yeah. So it is the most expensive. Steve Smolsky, the wood scientist that we consulted with, had significant concerns about water damage from a flat roof, no matter what the material is made of. And in fact, there was some discussion in the Historical Commission about this. That may be why the cupola was added in the first place. And then there's also the issue of what that flat cap would be made out of. Shingles would not really work. There was a discussion about a kind of a black rubber material that's sometimes used, which would obviously not look good. There was also discussion about copper, which is extremely expensive and I think would make it a target for thieves because copper gets stolen quite often. So that was the other option that the commission discussed. Yeah, I don't know. Henry, did you have anything else you wanted to add to?
Oh, I think the Historical Commission essentially concluded that the signpost we've known and loved should come back as it was for the money and for all of the other reasons that actually the pared down one, the one with just the shingled roof, is probably the most protective of them all. But the one with the cupola is just, it's up there with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other consideration, right? The project has to abide by the Secretary of the Interior's standards, but one of those standards is that modifications that are made to an historical object that become themselves historical are allowed to be preserved. And so there's some discussion then about when was the cupola added. It was actually just like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Leslie Bracebridge was doing some work for the Swift River Historical Society, and she found another photograph of the guide board, which is the one on page 9 of the application. I'll share it right now. So this adds to our collection of rare early photos, disregarding the fact that whatever magazine this was published in misidentified Shutesbury as Salisbury, which seems like a significant geographical error.
Probably a Brit.
So and it also shows a building that no longer exists. It's a great photograph, but you can see that it has the asphalt shingles that were eventually replaced with the wood ones. So this is the only photo we have of it with the asphalt shingles, which we wouldn't do. We would be going with the cedar that Smolsky recommended. But based off of the other materials that are in the scrapbook that this was pasted into, like this down here, it moves the potential date for the roof piece back possibly to the 1960s. Obviously, this photograph could be from the 1970s, but the Historical Commission decided that between this and the cost and the other issues with the flat roof, that the cupola was the way to go.
Yeah.
Any other comments, thoughts about this? I mean, this is what the modified application is for. It's essentially the same, except for there's some change of wording and the change in the dollar amount. The percentage of the match remained the same, though. The Historical Commission decided to keep the match at 13.2%.
So doing a calculation of the difference between the original one and this one, I have a a difference of $1,546 more that's being requested from the CPC.
That's correct.
What did you say, Cliff? 1,000?
1,546.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
No, I think it's a great idea. I did change the warrant article to read the new amount, Matteo. So the select board will be doing the final vote on the warrant on Tuesday night. So it includes that $6,000 figure.
Okay. Great. Is there a motion to recommend the amended historical commission application for these two of the guide board repairs?
So moved.
Seconded.
Any other discussion?
No.
Seeing none, Reed,
Do it.
Paleo,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Geddes,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Farrell,
Aye.
Pangallo, aye. All right. So I did send along that amended warrant article. Should we vote on that language as a committee as well?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
I make a motion that we approve the the revised warrant article to reflect the $6,482 amount as written and presented.
I'll second that.
Nope.
All right. Any other discussion? Seeing none. Reed,
Aye.
Paleo,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Geddes,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Farrell.
Aye.
Okay.
I do have a
Pangallo.
practical question here.
Angalo.
Pangallo has to vote.
Aye. Sorry. Yep. It's a long day. I've been up for a long time.
Since 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So just one practical question. I need to sign off on the contract. I guess I should wait until when should I wait
Town
to
meeting.
sign the contract with these people?
After town meeting?
Town meeting. Yeah.
After town meeting.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And I don't know, Henry, if you heard any more from them about once they get that signed contract, how long they think this part of it might take.
No.
We need to do a good job of staying in touch with them because we want to get the concrete foundation and the site area ready.
Yep.
Before it arrives. But,
Yep.
All right. Next item on the agenda is unanticipated business. Is there any? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, Reed,
Aye.
Leo,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Geddes,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Farrell,
Aye.
and Gallo, aye. I remember
Yeah,
this.
great. Good meeting, Matteo. My kind of meeting.
All right. 13, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much. I hope to see you
Thanks.
at the fun town
Town
meeting.
meeting.
Town meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aye.
Good night.
See you then.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Aye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.